Back with another video. You guys, we have some updated information that we definitely going to have to dive into. Okay, we heard the live on Conscious TV back in, and make sure I get the date because we had to do our homework. I said I can't come back until we do our homework. Give me a second. What was that date of that video? Give me a second. I want to make sure we get the date. I think it was in January, but I want to make sure I get the right date to y'all. When y'all come in the room, make sure y'all thumbs up the video. I just want to make sure we get the right date of that. We are definitely live because I want to make sure we get the right date to it. I'm trying to find it. Where is it? Okay. So the video that we did, the video that we're going to talk about in reference was about 7 months ago, January the 18th, 2022, back in January. And it was an allegation that was spread out here in these YouTube streets by Storm Monroe that Tasha and Chelsea wanted to put an allegation out on Von Ray. I finally was able to hear Von Ray words, Tasha K words, and we also have a comment from Chelsea that she posted on Conscious TV platform back in January. So a little backstory, it was a rumor that was put out by Tasha K that said Von Ray said that Storm Monroe was on cocaine. So it was around that time. And Conscious decided to have a live and have a face-off between Tasha K and a face-off between Von Ray. So they had, Tasha K and a face-off between Storm Monroe. Storm said you wanted to put out that Von Ray was walking around the house with his thing, okay, with his ping, and that he forced himself on Chelsea. And I didn't want to put that out. And so they was having that conversation, and Tasha K was like, I never told you to do nothing like that. And it was a recording that Tasha K allegedly must have sent to Conscious, which we never heard that recording. Some sources were saying that Conscious lied to the audience and said it was going to be some recordings, and people subscribed to the Patreon, and it was no recording. But Vine kept telling Tasha K, play the recording that I said that Storm Monroe was on coke. Play the recording. And Swan was like, this lady have lied and said that I was on top of Chelsea. And then he was like, I didn't even want to even have sex with Chelsea. I barely wanted to have sex with that woman. So no, I did not force myself on Chelsea. So we just hearing this. Now, mind you, I was told by some people not to do this live. I was told that if I do this live, I will get sued. I was told that I may get a cease and desist. And so I consulted with some people, and I consulted with an attorney that I know very well. I said, is it okay that I talk about this on the Wiley Show? Is it possible that I would get a lawsuit? And the answer of that attorney said, no, you would not get a lawsuit. Sue for what? You didn't make these allegations. You didn't say these things at all. And so when I look at it and I'm sitting down and I'm heard it back in January and I'm seeing the situation, I'm like, is this true? And so you seeing that Conscious was like pretty much defending Tasha K and pretty much, had Tasha K side of being understanding of Tasha K. And I was like, Okay, and Vaughn kept saying, play the recordings, play the recordings, play the recordings. It's very, very sad. Oh no, it's not over. It's very, very sad that this situation have transpired, because it makes Tasha K looks bad. It make Chelsea looks bad. It makes it seem like they concocted up a lie. Now, do I believe that they concocted up a lie? No. I need to see some evidence and some proof. But Conscious came on the live earlier, and he was saying that what the allegations was, it was just allegations, and he said it was true what Storm Monroe was saying. But Conscious failed to tell the audience who told him about the allegations. Was it on? Now he did his platform. Did he get those allegations from Chelsea? Did he get those allegations from Tasha K? The question is, where did you get the allegations from? And he declined to answer. Now the public is interested in this. They were sending emails. I talked to Von Ray baby mother, and Von Ray baby mother did want to speak. She said she don't know if Von Ray were to do this. She don't know at all. But she said she wouldn't be surprised if that were to be true. She don't know if she did it or not, but she said she won't be surprised. So I reached out to her today to talk about it. And so all of this situation that is going on, it's quite interesting, quite sad that an allegation was on a black man, potentially can lose deals and all of that. But then he was shot. And so the question is, did they have something to do with Von Ray getting shot? Because shortly after these allegations, after January, a couple of months after that, 3 months ago, Von Ray was shot, hurt a couple of times. He had to get rods all in his hand. He had to get help using the restroom. He had to get help going to bed. He had to get help getting out of bed. You know what I'm saying? All of this situation that happened. And so Von Ray denied these allegations back in January. Now, we don't know if he's denying them now, but back in January, I can confirm, I heard out of Von Ray's mouth that he denied those allegations. And I know a lot of people is upset that Brother Wiley is doing a live, but I'm like, Conscious talked about it, as well as Storm Monroe. The Wiley Show is going to talk about it and going to get to the bottom of it when it comes to this situation. Now, a lot of people said, be careful, you could be next. So what? People can say whatever they want to say. We will handle that in the near future. But I've never been around Chelsea personally. I never went around Tasha K personally. But Tasha K said when you was at my house on Thanksgiving, mind you, they invited Von Ray to Thanksgiving, right? And they had Thanksgiving food. It was at the house. And Tasha K realized that, was saying that, do you remember having that conversation in my house? And that was the time where Von said, no, I did not say that Storm used coke at the house. We talked about a producer, but I did not say that Storm does coke. Now, Von also said back in January that he didn't think that Storm Monroe had it in him because he thought that Storm Monroe was weak. He didn't think that Storm Monroe was strong enough to go against Tasha K. And so I wondered what would make Storm leave the camp of KB Studios. Was it the allegation? And so when that allegation happened, it sent shockwaves across the internet. Other channels have reported on it, as well as the Wiley Show. Now, it's as you look at this situation, when you know about Brian Banks, how many people know about the Brian Banks story? Brian Banks was a young African-American male that was in high school, and an African-American woman lied and said that he R-worded her, and the mother sued the school district for lack of security, and the school district settled with the mother for a couple of $1 million. Years later, once Brian Banks was released, he had to get on the sex offender list. He had an ankle bracelet on, and all these years it was a lie. It wasn't truth. It wasn't the truth at all. And soon as when he got out of prison, he was trying to build his life back up, and he got on Facebook. And the young woman, she commented and said, I'm sorry, I was young, I didn't want to do this and all of this. And it was no charges brought against the mother. There was no charges brought against the woman that lied on Brian Banks. He was supposed to be this top football star, literally was being scouted to play college football and literally destroyed his life. So let's not act like, an allegation can't go further where people lose their life. It's a situation with the former lieutenant governor out of Virginia, and he had allegations towards him, and he pretty much it tarnished his political future. He was supposed to be the governor once the governor was going to resign because he had this whole blackface controversy. He couldn't even take the governor position because some allegations was about him. So let's not act like that allegations cannot destroy a man's life. Thank you, Justin Fairfax. Because Justin Fairfax, he's actually suing a radio show for spreading lies about him doing something, assaulting a woman. So let's not act like that can't destroy Von Ray. Now, it's really, really sad. So when I came on here and I did this show and we talked about it, this is the reason why I distanced myself from Tasha K and not doing an interview with Tasha K, not going to Kibi Studios and all of that, because the whole situation is sad. And so I looked at Storm Monroe's situation where he broke ranks and he broke up with Tasha K, and I got my answers to my prayer. And I seen all of this mess. All he does coke. Oh, this person was on top of something. I was so glad that I didn't rush to go and do an interview, rush to go and move to Atlanta, Georgia, and get close to Tasha K, because I just don't want to be a part of that foolishness. I didn't want to be a part of that. And a lot of people was like, Wiley, you should do it and all of that. It's a good decision. Even Conscious was telling me it's a good decision. It's a good decision. And I told Conscious, no, I don't think it's a good decision. I'm gonna hold back on that. I may not do that. And I've known this for months. And Conscious was on the live with Chelsea. And I want to repeat this because I want y'all to hear this. He was on the live with Chelsea, right? And Chelsea brought him on to talk about something. And Tasha K came on. Tasha K got mad with Conscious TV, got really mad with him and told Chelsea to kick him off the live. And now Conscious think that she's a narcissist. Conscious really was, pretty much was upset about that. But when I was going through the situation with Tasha K and the situation with Chelsea and the situation with Von Ray, they were right, I was wrong. And so he had to go through that and see it for himself. And I knew then from December that I was going to separate from it. Now, when it came to the Cardi B lawsuit, I was trolling. It was good side. I was being on the other side of the argument. It was good for clicks and views. I did it, and it served my purpose. Of course, I was going to be on the side of Tasha. I wanted to be different. I wanted to because there was about 3,000 other channels saying that Tasha K going to jail, Tasha K going to jail. I'm not going to jail, but Tasha K is going to lose the lawsuit. Tasha K is going to lose the lawsuit. Tasha K is going to lose the lawsuit. I was going to be that one channel to say Tasha K is innocent. Tasha K, is going to win this lawsuit. And if she loses, I'm going to sell some chicken. I was going to be on the other side. I did it for clicks and views. My loyalty is not with these people. My loyalty is with the audience. What way to me to entertain, to make you want to click on my live, to make you want to engage in the chat with the Wiley Show. That is my sole purpose, and that's why I'm loyal. I have a lot of good friends in my personal life, But when it comes to this YouTube stuff, that loyalty thing is be loyal, pick up my battles, don't criticize me, don't call me out. That's what they mean by loyalty on YouTube. As soon as you don't do that, people fall out. The situation that happened with Lovely T and Tasha K, a big fallout. She exposed Lovely T and played recordings, and Lovely T was crying. She was hurt. She broke down in tears. When they broke up, she leaked some recordings about it, leaked it all on the internet. I was like, here we go. And so I knew when I got on the phone with Tasha K, don't get on there telling all your business. Keep the conversation short. Keep it to the point. It's just business. I'm not going to get up on there. Let me show an example. Oh, hey, Tasha K, this is Wiley. Is it okay that you buy me a king-size bed when I move to Atlanta? Is it okay that you buy me some furniture? Is it okay that you do this for me? Hey, girl, let me tell you about this situation. I don't get on that phone gossiping. Anything that I said with Tasha K privately, I can say it publicly. Didn't get on the phone, gossip about no other YouTubers. I kept it personal. Hey, Tasha, how you doing? And most of the time she'll call me. Hey, how you doing? I'm just getting some rest. What's up, Tasha? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? That's it. You know, it's just short, just literally short and sweet, right? I don't get on that gossip because I know people will record phone calls, they would leak the phone calls and stuff like that. So it is what it is. And so I learned that lesson. So when I seen Storm and Tasha broke up, I remember when Storm said to me, he said, you know, Wiley, if you want to be with Tasha K, you know, it comes, this what comes with the territory. You gotta come under the fold. You gotta listen to what she said. If she don't want your name with Armand Wicked's name, you gotta do what's that. And I know then that I don't want to do that. Now, maybe it would take me longer to get to a certain goal on YouTube, maybe. I don't know how God's going to bless. Maybe a person will come on. It'll be a viral interview where we get 300,000, 400 million subscribers. Maybe that will happen, and it will happen one day. But I don't think it would happen me just joining up on the ranks under Kibi Studios and all of that, because Kibi Studios, they're under a lot of pressure right now. She just moved from Georgia to Florida. So if I would have moved to Georgia to work with Kibi Studios, that means that I would have to relocate, you know, to Florida and all of that. She's under a lot of pressure. She have a lawsuit that she have to pay back $4 million. She just filed. Okay. She just filed an appeal. So she's trying to get that $4 million away from her. That's a lot of stress on a marriage. Can you imagine you and your husband have to pay it's a $4 million judgment, and y'all have to downsize your house. You have to move to a different location in Florida. You have to transfer schools. Like your daughter have to go to another school, and all her friends in Georgia, but you have to relocate to Florida. It's under a lot of pressure. But if I was under that situation, if someone were to serve me with a cease and desist and say, hey, I don't like the video, it's inflammatory, it's a bunch of lies, and I know if they got a big pocket and they got deep pockets, and if I'm not willing to go through that, I would actually sue. Now, Storm said something on his platform. He said that, you know, he had a conversation with Tasha K husband, and Tasha K husband said, listen, if a celebrity tell you to take down a video, take it down. And I had a conversation with Tasha because she called me. Anytime she's going to call me, I'm going to say, hey, this is going on YouTube. This is public. What do you have to say about this? Because he said he had a conversation with you and your husband. And Tasha K was like this. Hold up. What you mean? He said he had a conversation with he didn't have no conversation with my husband. Storm was actually talking to me, and he was talking to me about that situation. And I told him that he had got a celebrity sent him a cease and desist. And I told him, if you don't really have pockets like that, take that shit down. He didn't have no conversation with my husband. My husband don't be even talking to him like that. So she went on this whole thing about that. And then I told her about these allegations that he said that, you know, Chelsea and you put an allegation on Von that he R-word Chelsea. What did you mean? We didn't talk about stuff like that. You know what, Wiley? Go live right now. And I went live right now. I said, let me go live, because I was assuming that we was going to get an interview. And so I went live. I dropped the link. She came on. She said, what is the timestamp of when he was talking on Conscious TV Live? What is the timestamp? I'm sorry, what Storm was saying on his live about that. And I sent her the timestamp. Now some people say, well, why would you send her the timestamp? Because I sent her the timestamp. I think she should know this. And I sent her the timestamp. Now, when she sent me the camera, I didn't even ask for it. Let me be real with you, because y'all talk about the companies that have the text messages. She sent me the camera, and I think her husband said, you know, what's your address? I was in my other apartment at the time. I said, okay, it's this address. We want to gift you for Christmas a camera. And I said, oh, okay, this is fun. You know, want to give me a camera. That's perfect. It was a LUMIX camera. I got it right on my camera stand right now. It's LUMIX camera, the same camera that she used. And she said, yeah, I'm gonna get you a camera for Christmas. I said, okay, perfect. I got the camera, and put the camera on the stand, and I was like, thank you. I didn't ask for it. And then when December came, her employee, not Tasha, her employee, somebody type in the chat, her employee, her employee. Somebody type in the chat. I need to see that in the chat right now. Her employee said these words and said, you need to get that camera back. She bought you a camera, so get that camera back. Send it back. I'ma send you the P.O. box to send the camera back. And then Larry Reed said, well, just send the camera back. And I told Brother Larry Reed, with all due respect, Dr. Larry Reed, with all due respect, employee, no refunds. I'm not giving it back. I have TVs that people gave me and I fell out with. I didn't get a TV back. No refunds. You give something to this show, a cash app, a donation. You give a TV, a bed, a futon, whatever you decide that you want to give to the wife. It's no refunds. I'm go use that camera, right? So, because people, they do stuff. And so I think that she brought the camera because, number one, I think I was dragging Armand, I believe. I'm just assuming. I can't speak for her. I'm only giving my side of why she gave me the camera, because I was dragging Armand Wiggins. And I think at that time she wanted to mentor me, but I was like really, really dragging Armand, because during that time he was just dragging his woman, dragging a woman's daughter. He was dragging her family, dragging her mother, dragging her husband, just dragging her entire family. And I'm one of the leading content creators that know how to get under Armand Wiggins' skin and that know how to clap back in a classy way. And so I think that was an award for that, And so I don't know why she did it. Maybe she did it because she liked the show. But when I had a conversation with her husband, then I noticed that they do watch the content when we're not talking about Armand Wiggins. He say, I like your content. I'm a fan of the show. It's really, really good. And so I'm the same person that I was when they first met me. I did content. Now, sometimes when Tasha K sometimes do something I don't like, I always come on there and criticize her and give another side. I remember we went on her app and we did an after show. And they were talking about a woman that eat a little poom poom, and is there a lesbian? And I said yes. I said that if you bisexual, anytime that if a man were to suck on a little wood and eat a little vagina, y'all just want to call them gay. They bisexual. It's no different if a woman look a little poom poom and suck a little peen. They bisexual as well. And why is a difference when a woman does it than when a man does it? And so we had like a big disagreement. So I've always been on the side of I'm going to be able to speak my mind and tell the truth. And somebody said, I think Armand Wiggins said this, and I want to respond. Wiley ain't loyal to nobody. He said that. You got to have partnerships with people and allies with people. And I'm like, no, you don't. You don't have to be loyal to people that want to control you. And I totally disagree, because if that's the case, you go right back over there with Tasha K and be loyal to her. Be a mentee towards her, if that's the case. And I told Armand, I remember he called me and I said, he said, you ain't loyal to nobody. I said, no, I'm loyal to my followers. I'm loyal to my family, but I'm not going to be loyal to people that want to control me. That's just not going to happen. You can't control me. Let me do it the way I want to do it. And if I'm doing it the type of way that you don't like, that's okay. If I fall down and stumble across the way, let me stumble across the way. Because I can't tell you what to do and all these type of stuff. So, because I remember he had sent me some text messages back at the time when the Christmas beef. The Christmas beef, because that was the time where Tasha K came up to me and said that she didn't want Armand Wiggins' name in the title. And she said, Wiley, you trigger him when you have that. And she called me. She said, you trigger our mild because when you put our name inside. I told you don't put our name inside. It just trigger him, and you trigger him when you do that. And I'm like, Tasha, I don't see a problem with that. And see, back when I was on somebody else's live, Armand Wiggins came out on December the 25th, and he sent me a text message at 6:43 p.m. He said they are gaslighting you, and some of them don't get it. And I told him, I know, I am standing on what I believe. And he said this: her reasonings are for not wanting me in the title is complete bullshit. It's not because it triggers me, it triggers her because she can't stand the fact that it makes people compare us, and she feels like I'm not on her level to be mentioned with. And he also texted me, said even Larry Reed said he mentioned us both, and I had no issue. And yet she did, and it was on Instagram. So WTF? And I told him, and I said, yeah, she just don't like your name being mentioned. People need to stop. Okay. So I stand on what it was, and it was under a lot of pressure. Conscience was coming at me about that. It was literally under a lot of pressure. Let me see this. Hold on one second. Storm is in the comments. He says she's referring to when Aja Sarah was threatening to sue me, and she told me to take the videos down if I ain't got the coin for court. Her husband and I had separate conversations. Okay. All right. So you see, you're speaking about when you had separate conversations with her husband. And even when I got off the phone with Tasha K, I said, maybe Tasha K don't know all the conversations that she had with her husband, and he didn't relay the information. That could be, but she was definitely, and I guess what she was talking about is when that situation, when you brought it up that somebody was threatening to sue you, and she told you to take the videos down. Okay, so she was telling the truth about that, but she just don't know, as my understanding, Storm, that you had a conversation with her husband. Okay, all right, okay. I feel you. I hear you. I hear you. And so I literally stood my ground, and then I started to put both their names. At first I was like, okay, Tasha, I'm gonna do what you gotta say. Because I'm like, oh, this lady bought me a camera. So let me listen to her. And then I slept on it, and I was like, why should I have to listen to what you want me to do for my channel? Like, I can't call you and tell you not to put somebody's name in the title. No, I don't have that power. So I went on and I continued to put Armand Wiggins, Tasha K name in the title. And the reason why I did it, because I was talking about them both. They just so happened simultaneously, hope I'm saying that word right. They were in the news around the same time. So that's why I was putting their names in the title. I didn't put their names in the title to pin them against each other. They just so happened whether Armand was dragging her, or whether she was in the news for the lawsuit, or whether he was in the news because of Cardi B party. Because the reason why at that time when Armand got invited to Cardi B party, I talked about that whole ordeal on my show. I talked about that whole ordeal on my show when it came to it. Somebody said this. No, Armand and Wiley are not secretly in love. They said Wiley is overly obsessed with Armand. No, I'm not. This is content. I just hope maybe one day when you sit in this seat and you find something for some content, you will do it. You not understand it. It's just content. I'm not obsessed. If I was obsessed, I would go and move and live in the same building as him, or go and move to the same city. I would call that obsession. But me sitting down doing content, I'm not obsessed. It is what it is. Let me read this comment. Wiley is not obsessed. They used to be friends, and Armand also secretly likes Wiley. He just get angry and said all he can to hurt Wiley. Yeah, and we say stuff to each other. He just did a video, not a video. He just did a live on stage here responding to the Wiley Show. So I'm not obsessed with him. If I was obsessed, I would move to LA right now. I would pack my bags up and move to LA. Following him where he at. If he's at a restaurant, I would follow him to Mexico. That's more so obsessed. Me sitting down doing content and talking about him being a public figure, in which he wants this, because we had a conversations where he wants to be a celebrity. He wants to be a public figure. He wants to go to he wants to be on red carpets. That's what he wants to be. And he will be that. You know what I'm saying? Like that. That's what he wants to be. So when you on there, you're gonna have people to talk about you. It is what it is. And I just think that Armand Wiggins does not like that. He feels as though that I'm not giving him just due and seeing his side. And if I were to see his side, it wouldn't be a problem. Okay, it wouldn't be an issue. It wouldn't be a problem at all. And so the Wiley is standing on her own 2 feet. We appreciate what Tasha K have done for us, the camera, and I can always call if I need her. But I've never been in a place where I need her. I try my best not to be in a position where I need somebody to help me in that regard and stuff like that. And I thank her for all that she have done. But when it came to these allegations, I really, really glad that I pulled back, because I probably would have been one of the ones doing a video, putting Von Ray in a title, and put just in that whole situation. So I'm so glad that I'm not in that situation. Now, when it came to Von Ray and when it came to Chelsea, I'll tell I was in the middle, because I had a source that was giving me information to post. And so I posted it about the whole thing with Storm, the whole thing with Vine. So I had a source, and so I was posting the information. At the time, I didn't know that I was the one that exposed Von Ray and Chelsea relationship. I didn't know I was the one at the time that exposed that Von Ray stayed with Storm. I thought somebody else covered it. And so when I look back in the archives, I was the first YouTuber to put it out there that Von Ray was staying with Storm. And then I was the first one to put it out there that Von Ray was dating Chelsea. Then I just heard now, I don't know how true it is, that she got pregnant by Von Ray, that Chelsea got pregnant by Von Ray. I don't know how true that is. And that she got rid of the baby. She had an abortion. So that someone just sent me that tea and that information. That Von Ray just got pregnant, and so I don't know how true that is. So I'm gonna just say allegedly. Okay. I'm gonna just say allegedly. Okay. I'm gonna just say allegedly. And that Tasha wanted her to keep the baby, but Chelsea didn't want the baby because of Von Ray. And they talked about that on the app. So that's why y'all didn't get to hear that. So, my producers, they're everywhere. And so also, if you remember that, I'm not gonna repeat that. I'm gonna keep that to myself. Let me read your comments. You were getting info from you were getting infos from the horse's mouth, so you knew you weren't the only one covering it. Everything said on the channel is alleged. You were trying y'all skip people say it was Von. Y'all trying, and now next y'all going to say it's Skippy. She had to be pregnant because why Tasha asked Storm for him to live with him, etc. And said Chelsea wanted the baby. She just didn't know about Von not paying support. So that's when you go on that. And so when a lot of people was reporting on this, we did it for clicks and views. So when Storm went on my biggest channel, even when he went on Conscious TV channel back in January, Tasha K said, "Why did you put this information out?" "Oh, I did it for clicks and views." "So you did this for clicks and views, all the stuff that I did?" And so I'm telling you, I'm doing it for clicks and views. So when Wiley said it's a problem because people think they can control me, I don't know why they think they control me. You're sadly mistaken. My own mama can't control what I say out of my mouth. All right. You can't control me. And I don't want to be around nobody that wants to control the content unless you're paying me. How much is Jake Paul worth? Give me a second. I'm going to give you a price because I can be bought, but I'm going to give you a price. Give me a second. How much is Jake Paul net worth? Give me a second. Okay. $30 million. Okay. $30 million. If you pay me $30 million, put me on a $30 million contract, you can control me. $30 million. All right. So I don't know why Jake Paul is just in my mind. He's just on my mind. I can be bought for $30 million. Okay. All right. So I told you all back when I was sitting down on my bed and I was looking at the top 20 the 20 richest YouTubers of 2020 based on net worth. They got another girl. Her name is Emma Chamberlain, Ron Atwood, um, JJ, aka KSI. That's the only black dude I see. He got a net worth of $15 million. Another YouTuber, David, $15 million. 16, number 16, Pearson, $20 million. Another YouTuber, $20 million. This is a white girl. This is a child. She makes $20 million. Lily, $20 million. James Charles, $22 million. Evan, $25 million. Jimmy, $25 million. Jake Paul, $30 million. He's at number 9. Number 8, Ryan, $32 million. Number 7, $35 million. Number 6, $35 million. And that is Mark. And Logan Paul, $35 million. Flex, $40 million. Number 4. Number 3, Stephen John. That's $40 million. Number 2, Jeffree Star, $200 million. And number 1, Justin Bieber, $285 million. Now, out of that entire list, only one black man on the list. Not Tasha K on the list, not Armand Wiggins on the list, not Lovely T, not The Impressive, not Chronicle Speaks, not Conscious TV, not Storm Monroe. None of these people. And I am, and I'm like, wow. I'm like, wow. Why on the list? And so when people say you're not growing all that, I looked at that list and I'm like, I want to inspire to make that type of money that, you know, those YouTubers are making. You know, NBA YoungBoy makes good money, but he's definitely was on the list, and his label take and not the Wiley Show. I'm not on the list. Not on the list. And so when YouTubers was on here, like a lot of people that I look up to not on the list, and I said I need to inspire to look up. So what I did was I got some candles. Ooh, got some candles, and I put Jake Paul on my vision board. Yes, I put Jake Paul on my vision board. I put Justin Bieber on my vision board. I put Logan Jeffree Star on my vision board. I put Stephen John on my vision board. Who else I got on my vision board? I put candles and I'm chanting all of that. So I'm just saying so all of that. So we definitely gonna get some I hear what you're saying, Storm. They have projects, they have, you know, other deals. I understand what I'm saying, but where is the black, you know, people on there? So I just start, you know, researching and start, you know, saying all that stuff. And I'm like, what kind of project? So I literally have a big vision board, and I got candles. I got one of my guys, he's a witch doctor. I said, put a spell. He's put a spell. I said, whip up a spell. So I got all these people on my vision board. And if you go in my room, I got nothing but rows of candles and all of that. And so you know, and even my drawers, I put their picture on my drawers. And so so I sleep with them on my mind. So even on my ceiling, I put their pictures and I'm researching them, and I put them on my ceiling. So when I go to sleep, I see them and I catch myself, you know, watching their content and stuff like that as well. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do, and I'm doing that. So I called one of the witch doctors. He said I need to get some of their hair. So I don't know if I get close to them and get some of their hair and put in this. I think he said put it in some spaghetti. Put it in some spaghetti. Okay, is it spaghetti or Kool-Aid? You know, he I think he said put it in some spaghetti or put it in some Kool-Aid. So I'm it is what it is. So I'm just saying it back to the topic here, that none of these people that I mentioned are on that list and stuff like that. So I think that I got a comment for somebody that commented on the video. I want to read what they said. Give me a second, because it was a good comment. Give me a second. We on the topic, and then we're gonna open up the phone lines. And allow you. Thank you, Storm, for coming through because I know you're a busy man. Um, give me a second. What is the comment? I want to read that comment because that person. Do I have that? It's a comment that I want to read. Okay, I can't find it. But pretty much what the comment said, this is why y'all YouTubers at the bottom of the barrel are not on the list, is because y'all argue with each other. And I was like, that's a good point. That's a good point. You make a very, very good point. And so the person was saying, I found you all during the pandemic and I stopped watching because all y'all do is beef and stuff for each other. And so I was watching, these top YouTubers, and I'm like, they don't beef with each other. When I went to Logan Paul, he's not beefing with Jake Paul, he's boxing and all of that. So maybe I need to ask Storm Monroe if he want to get in a boxing ring when we sell tickets. Let me see. Let me see. Maybe I need to ask Storm Monroe we get in a boxing ring and sell tickets because I'm really researching that, and I'm doing some more research once I get, off this line. And I said maybe it's because we as Black YouTubers, we argue with each other and we beef. And not saying that white people beef and all that, but at least they got products, they got deals, they got all that. So maybe I need to call Armand Wiggins and see, do you want to have a boxing match with me? Let me see if we can sell some tickets because we got a whole lot of beefs. Let me see if I can text Armand Wiggins. Let me see. Hey, Armand, I am live. I am wondering if you want to have a boxing match with me and we can sell tickets. We can sell tickets for like $200 a piece. If you're interested, hit me back. Seeing. Okay, I'll just see if you want to have a boxing match. And we could definitely get sponsors and stuff like that. And we could have, people doing commentary on that. Would y'all pay for that? We have a boxing match. Would y'all pay for that celebrity boxing match? Me against me against Armand Wiggins. Would y'all be there for that? And so, Wally, I know you like a book above. I'm not meeting up with you. I understand that. Would y'all be interested in that boxing match? And if we sell tickets, would y'all be interested? So I'm just on here talking to y'all. They said your speed type is no more like $50. Why are you texting me watching? I did. Give me a second. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Okay. So we're gonna open up the phone lines if y'all want to call out Armand versus August and you versus Storm. Yes. Y'all don't think it's worth $200? I don't think it's worth $200. And so, and I want to say about Storm. Storm is I like Storm. I remember Storm was at 5,000 subscribers, and I had a show that I wanted to produce. Actually, I wanted to produce it in the city, like Two Man and a Lady. Like my goal was like Two Man and a Lady, and I wanted to produce the show. So when Storm said, yeah, he was going to do the show, I was honored because that guy, I always looked up to Storm because he was at like 5,000 subscribers. And during that time, I was not in the celebrity gossip realm. I wasn't interested. I was in the B sector. And I couldn't get across 5,000 subscribers to save my life or even get close to 10,000. So when I recently went and I changed up the content, that's when I started to grow. More people started to come into the live and stuff like that. And so one Storm told me that he couldn't do Two Man and a Lady. He called me. I don't know if Storm remember this. He called me and he said he told me the reason why. And we never beef or something like that. Like Storm, Storm. Even when Storm said no, we didn't beef. And Storm was the first person that I didn't beef with because I learned my lesson through her mind. And I didn't get mad. I didn't get in my feelings. I'm like, this is a deal that didn't work. and we went on and we just continued the show without him. And so I'm glad that we didn't beef, and he's just a cool guy. No, cause Wiley gonna try to take my booty if I lose. No, oh my gosh, no. Oh, so we didn't have, we didn't have like no argument or anything like that. I understand where he was coming from. So that was like the first like relationship that I didn't beef with the YouTuber because things didn't go my way and stuff like that. Storm caught me at a good point. I was sober minded. I was medicated. I was at a good thing. So I didn't beef with him. A lot of people say, why you beef with Armand Wiggins? It's just good entertainment for Armand Wiggins. It's just good. It's just good entertainment. It's just good entertainment. Like I like it. Like the jokes. I would tell you, I have Armand Wiggins on my vision board in the restroom. I have him right on my mirror. I have him right on my mirror, and I put roses around the picture. This is a true story. So I have Armand Wiggins picture on my mirror with roses. So but I get all this material to write jokes about him and stuff like that. And I just do it. I don't know. I just do it. So I have him right on my mirror with some roses. I think I got, in the picture. I may show y'all a picture of it, but I don't want y'all to be upset about it and mad about it. But I have like a picture of her with roses around it. I know if it's in the restroom. So anytime I go there and take a dump, I can look at the picture. I can look at the picture. So I can really, really look at this picture, and it got roses on it. So and we like it. They said, "Come on, Wiley, now you're on your vision board. Whatever. It's with roses. What's wrong with that? Men can buy roses. Sometimes real okay. No, I have roses around it and stuff like that. So I don't know if his boyfriend gonna get mad and stuff like that. I just have roses around it. I bought the roses, and so it's like a picture. That picture that he took in Mexico. I downloaded it and I printed it from FedEx. And it was like, who is this picture? I'm like, it's not this a guy that I aspire to meet. And so I put the picture up there with some duct tape and I put roses around it. So I play a little music, some music in the back. And so anytime I go in there and I look at it, and sometimes I talk to the picture. I talk to the picture. I'm like, what are we going to talk about today? And I look at that picture of him in the water, with his boyfriend, and I got roses around it. Yes, I got roses around it. So we're gonna open up the phone lines and allow y'all to call in. True story. I may send it to you. I may send y'all the picture of it, but it's not against the law. What's weird? But they say it's weird that you got a picture with a Armand Wiggins on your mirror. It's nothing weird about that. It's okay. Give me a second. I'm gonna open up these phone lines, and then I'm gonna work on my paper. Okay. Hold on one second. Open the phone lines. Give me 1 second. Moderators, can y'all post a number? Hold on.
Your show now.
If it works.
Your show is scheduled to start in 38 seconds.
They said send it to the members of Patreon. I may do a members live out of the restroom. It says nothing wrong with that. Somebody said it's creepy. Is it creepy? I didn't know it was creepy. Like I've done. I don't know if it's creepy. And if he tell me to take it off the mirror, then I take it off the mirror. If he tell me to do it, I will definitely do it. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna open up these phone lines and allow y'all to call in.
Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3.
All right, the phone lines is open up. Let's go to it. 7494, calling you on air.
Hey, Wiley.
Hey.
I just want to say this story has been beat to death now. I think we pretty much over it now. Aren't you tired of it now?
Well, for me, I'm just talking about it. I just talked about it. This to be like the last time I talk about it, but I just had to clear it up because he did deny those allegations back in January. So I had to bring that back up.
So did you ask Tasha, call Tasha and ask her about what we listened to on
I
Station Head?
I talked to Tasha, and I cannot. She do not want me to tell you what she told me. That's private. But I did talk to Tasha K about it. But I can't tell you what she said. It's per her words. I can't tell you what she said, but I did talk to her.
So what's your opinion after listening to the recording?
Well, my opinion to listen to the recording is, I'm glad I stepped back because I feel some type of way about this. Now, I want to believe because I'm looking at the good of the person. Tasha K did not have nothing to do with this. Maybe Chelsea probably put this out there, and it wasn't Tasha K's fault. And maybe Tasha is just taking on Chelsea words because Vaughn said something that you just taking what Chelsea is saying. You just taking her side. What she tell you is like she controlling you like that. So maybe Chelsea told Tasha that Vaughn walk around with his peen out and try to get on top of me because I have a comment here. I'm glad you're on here because I have a comment here that was put in Conscious TV Live from Chelsea. Chelsea said this, Vaughn, I couldn't even go home because of how aggressive you were being those last couple of days. And Storm again brought my wounds to the internet for no reasons. I pray God releases us from you. So that's what Chelsea said back in January. And so somebody's definitely sent me that screenshot.
Well, you know what, Wiley? I don't know who to believe at this point, but I don't believe. I think there's a little truth in maybe some of the things that Storm is saying, but not everything.
Okay.
I think that's a small truth. I do believe that Storm is using this. He's manipulating this whole situation because he seems like he's really happy about this. And this is really nothing to be happy about. I mean, it's really sad if you really think about it, but he seems gleeful. I don't believe him. And just from listening at it too, I just kind of believe that, and I didn't believe this before, but I do believe there is a possibility that maybe Chelsea has said some things to Tasha that may or may not be true. I'm still not sure about this rape allegation. And one of the reasons I'm not going to totally discount the rape allegation is because from what I'm hearing about this Von Ray, he's not a very good person. That's still not a, excuse to falsely say something about a person if that happened. That's why I said when I called on your show, the first show that you did, that it's two people that are important in this story, and that's Chelsea and Von Ray. And Von Ray, if it's not true, he is a victim of this story. If it is true, then Chelsea is the victim. And I don't think at this point we'll ever know. And that's why I said, we pretty much, this is done. This is a done deal. We're not going to get the truth about the story, and it's just time to move on. But it did give us something to talk about for about 3 days?
Yeah, absolutely.
This story was good for about 3 or 4 days. So.
Absolutely. Thank you so very much.
It's a win for you.
Yes.
Oh, and Wiley, one last thing.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to be. Remember, I called in and I told you about to don't get involved in this Storm stuff. I stand by that. You need to not involve yourself. You can cover it because this is your job, but don't get buddy with these people. Don't do it, because I think there are a lot of people in this situation that is being used, and then there are a lot of people that are the puppet master, manipulated. And I think Storm is one of those manipulators. I do not trust Storm. I don't trust Vaughn either. I can't say 100% I trust Kelsey. I can't say 100% that I trust Tasha. But I think I'm leaning towards, I believe if this lie about the allegations of rape is a lie, I believe that it's filmed from Chelsea if it is a lie. I still say I don't know for sure, because I don't think we know enough information really to make just an informed decision on this whole situation.
For me, I don't mind. Let me say this. I don't mind meeting a YouTuber, but to be somebody's friend, you have to build towards that. And that's you found that out offline. But if I'm in his city or we in the same city and we go out for lunch, I don't mind that. You know, I'm going to Vegas and I'm meeting up with some subscribers. Does that make them my friends? No. It takes something to build a friendship. You know what I'm saying? It takes something to build that. Once you become somebody's friend, that means something. I know now in this generation, they just call everybody their friends. But like my grandmother said, everybody is not your friend. So that takes something to have
associates.
They're like associates. So there's nothing wrong if we in the same city and we in Vegas and you want to go out for some drinks, we go out for some drinks. We have that. But saying that person is a friend, it takes something for that to be somebody's friend.
And Wiley, don't let people use your platform. Don't let Storm come up here and use your platform for clout, because one caller said that Storm just wanted to set the record straight because he was, he couldn't talk while he was under the contract with Tasha. But why is he going to everybody's platform? He has a platform himself. If he wanted to set the record straight, he could do that all on his platform. So why does he have to come on other people's platform? Don't let anybody come on your platform and use your platform or use you. Now, if it's beneficial for you, then yeah, do it. But if it's not beneficial for you, don't let them use your platform, because you don't want to get that stink on you.
No, for me, if we talk, listen, if we're talking about Storm and we saying something, and if he can clear the air, there's nothing wrong with that, because let him clear the air. Even on my Wiggins, we were live, and he didn't like the narrative of the audience because they was calling in, they didn't like it, and so he said what he said. I don't block people. I allow bigger content creators to come on and to clear the air or to say what they have to say. It's a difference when I let you on my StreamYard, and it's a difference when I let you on a phone call. If I see you trying to sell a product without giving me money, that's an issue and a problem.
Right. And it was a caller that accused you of not letting people speak. And I've been on your platform so many times, and you never do that.
Never do that. That particular person is a supporter of the Ahmad Wiggins Show. And when Armand is not live, she watches, and she's a fan of the Wiley Show. But anytime I talk about his daddy and his boyfriend in a jokey matter, she's caught up in her feelings. But she's also a mother. She's probably a single mother, because every time I call her, the kid's always in the background. And so she tried to get her.
Why don't she have that same energy for Ahmad? Because Ahmad says things on his platform about people's kids and stuff too, and their family. He's done the same thing, so she don't have the same energy for him. That's why it was just crazy to me. But again, I think you will make it. I don't think you need to be a mentee for anyone. What you're doing it from the grassroots.
Yeah, we're doing it for the grassroots until Jake Paul called me or Jeffree Star, then we'll maybe be interested. But we literally from the grassroots and building it from the grassroots, and I'm glad you brought that up, because that's what we're doing. It may take us a little longer, that's okay, but that's what we're doing. And I just checked my analytics, and YouTube was like, well, we rewarding you because you're publishing more videos. So as long as I continue to publish more videos, we're good, and so we're great. But thank you so very much. I didn't even think you called in on my station yet. Did you call in on station yet?
Yes, I did.
Oh, yeah.
I told you I watch you all
everywhere.
the time.
Everywhere.
Wiley, you do. That's the key. You have to keep pumping out videos.
Yes.
And this whole concept of you letting people call in, I paid attention. I used to watch you a little while ago.
Okay.
You never used to have these many people on your platform.
That's true.
Since you've been doing a lot of call-ins, your numbers are really growing. So you need to take a look at things and see what you're doing right, and keep doing it, because you're doing this on your own. You don't need any help.
That's right. Thank you so very much for calling in. Thank you. That's a good point.
Bye-bye.
All right. They all welcome. Storm is welcome. Tasha welcome. They all welcome on the Wiley Show. 7869. Is this Jake Paul? 7869. Hello? Yes, welcome to the Wiley Show. 7869. Hello?
Oh, hey, how you doing?
I'm doing all right.
I've been following you for years. My whole thing with Storm is he's clout chasing. and he's put out a narrative that is untrue. Just my opinion, because what he said about the rape allegations, that's real sticky, and that's to me is defamation. He's got to prove it. That's my opinion.
All right. Thank you so very much. I thought that was Jake Paul.
All right.
Thank you. They said, Wiley, would you date Jeffree Star? For a good coin, I would. That's good attention. Of course. 9542.
Hey, Wiley, I've
Hey.
been catching you all day today.
Yes, thank you.
I just wanted to say, I think that this is just the bottom line, because after this, I don't even want to talk about it no more. But
Okay.
I think Storm was wrong for reiterating that thing that he said that happened with the whole Von Ray, Tasha K. Chelsea thing. To me, it was very clout chasing. It didn't prove his point. It didn't mean anything. It was salacious. And I know you say you're in the business for clicks and views, but to me, that was clicks and views at the expense of a man's reputation. And I didn't think that that was worth it, because at the end of the day, we're never going to prove, those allegations. That was between them. And the person who should say something, she's not saying nothing. So we will never know. But to me, it's just like that was a pure clout chasing move. It wasn't cool. And next time you want to expose somebody, think about it and get receipts up or something, because this caused a big confusion. And this is something that happened months ago and we forgot about it. And then he brought it up again. So I don't know. I don't agree with that part. What I do want to say is this. Around Christmas time, I was one of the people that were like, no, Wiley, you should go with Tasha. I hope you guys mend this because I like both of you. But today, as it stands, when I hear you talk, I like that you have that in you. That's something to admire. And that doesn't mean down the line, you'll be able to meet up with these people as more of an equal, and maybe you can do things together and collaborate and be your own bosses on things. And that's what really builds respect in business. When one person is over the other, there is a little bit of an intimidation factor. There's a jealousy factor. There's a bunch of stuff that play into that. But, as you build and grow, people still going to be watching you. Just because, everybody's doing their own thing don't mean they're not watching. So I just really like that, you feel that way and that confidence. And I have that confidence in you as well. And
Yeah, because
watching.
Because that's the way how you do it. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of content creators, especially I'm gonna speak for me, you're gonna see a difference. That's what I'm saying. Just be here for the why, and you're gonna be entertained because I'm looking at what can I do to go to the next level, and ideas started to flourish. And so it don't have to be you need Tasha K to get there. You don't. You really, really don't. It's a lot of content creators making millions of dollars and no one helped them to get it. They just did it on their own. So you don't need Tasha K. Is Tasha K a way to get there? It is a way. As many other people can help you there. But you can actually have ideas and God can give you ideas to put it together and you can grow and to become and go to that next level. Even outside, you can get radio show deals, TV show deals, etc. It's not even just for YouTube. So when people say, "Oh, you messed up, you didn't burn a bridge, you messed up with Tasha," you don't need Tasha. You don't need her. God will give you ideas and have you to put it in each other.
You don't need Tasha, but she's also. You guys are not at a point where you have to burn any bridges either.
No, absolutely not, because you can't burn something you never had.
Pop in on you. Yeah, I see it. I personally see it like you're building and you're growing, and it may take you some time to get there, but who's to say down the line you won't meet in the middle? That's all I'm saying.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean? That's it. And as a person, I would think if I was in Tasha K's shoes, I would do nothing but respect that. You know what I mean? I'll concentrate on me. You concentrate on you. Maybe down the line, we could, do a little something and make some money together. So that's what I see. But I also like the confidence that you have in yourself. that you will make it to whatever your goals are. So that's why I wanted to call and
Yes.
say, Wiley.
Thank you so very much for calling in. Where we at? People they come in the chat. Such and such is live. You even got the money for her app. Let me say this real. Why you keep telling me that Tasha K is live? You ain't got money for her app. I got money for her app. I'm watching her and I'm doing my show. I'm multitasking. So don't tell me that Tasha K is live and you ain't got money for her app. You want me to go to her live and get the notes and give a review because you ain't got the $12.99 for that. Okay? I know she live. I'm watching her right now with her pink shirt on and her hair and her red lipstick and her earrings. She got on red, yellow, white earrings. But if you ain't got your $12.99, what you worry about this? She like, you ain't got your $12.99, so you want me to go over there to do the review because you ain't got your $12.99. All right, let's go to the phone lines. 3473, caller, you on the air.
Yes. How you doing, Wiley?
Doing all right.
Good. I have a question. People keep calling in and saying that Storm was wrong for putting that allegation out, but my understanding was that Storm was explaining what made him decide to stop dealing with Tasha K was because she said she wanted him to lie and say Von Ray raped her, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so then why do they keep saying he was wrong? All he was doing is explaining why he ain't fooling with him no more, right?
Correct.
So how was he wrong for that? How is he wrong? I don't understand it.
I think more so people is not really understanding because they wasn't in the shoes. Only person that will understand is like a person like myself, a person that's in this business will understand. Like, put yourself in his shoes. If somebody were to tell you this and then threaten you that some of this stuff will come out on you, you would kind of understand that. And I'm a man at first. I won't want that type of allegation, towards me. I'm a bag up because that's ruthless. Because how many black men are sitting in jail off a lie? They literally in jail off a whole lie. And we always go back to the Brian Banks story. And I may even send Brian Banks an email or, to try to get him on the show so people can hear his story.
You should, Wiley. I think that would be great.
Yes.
But yeah, that's all I wanted to say. It's like, why do people keep saying Storm was wrong? He wasn't wrong. All he said was, this is why I chose not to deal with them anymore. Because they said for me to do this, which was, foul. And I believe they did it. Because I remember when you went to Atlanta that time and Tasha tried to lie at first and say that she didn't tell you her son was sick and that's why you couldn't come, but you had the receipts where you went back and found the message and then she had to back away from that.
I had the receipts because she said I never said my son was sick, and I had the receipts, and I told y'all that months later when I was already out of Atlanta. That's like months later and stuff. I didn't say nothing about it because she said, "Oh, my son is sick." Then I see the son on Instagram, cool and high, ain't sick, ain't nothing. But I didn't say nothing about it because that's your show. Yeah. If you don't want me on the show, you don't gotta play games with me. Just tell me the truth, but don't put and say your child is sick. And I saw the little boy goo gaga, he up and about, ain't sick, ain't sick at all. And I didn't complain about it. I didn't do no video about it. I didn't put her name in no title. I said, it's your show, do what you want to do. I'ma just focus on my show because I can always go live and talk to my people. But she tried to deny. I never said that. Why? And then I had to remember because I had the text messages. And I thank God that I keep receipts.
Thank God you did.
Yes.
Yes. She sure wasn't gonna lie. But yeah, I just wanted to say that. You have a good night and keep doing your thing, Wiley.
Thank you so very much. Oh yeah, she reminded me about that. Thank you. Man, she said I can't do it. The baby is real sick, and that's all on Instagram. The baby wasn't even sick. I said nothing about it. Hey, it's your show. 8086 caller, you on the air. 80.
Hey, yo, Wiley.
Yes.
Yes. What I'm calling about is I feel like Storm he was right because the fact is when I wouldn't say nothing either if you're gonna say, oh, I can put the blame, you're gonna look like Deshaun Watson. Nah, most people don't even know the case behind Deshaun Watson. They think he guilty because they hear a big number of women saying, oh, you got 25 accusers. But if you look in the case, if you look about some of the statements the woman gave, it was so inconsistent. That's why he hasn't been charged by 2 grand juries. But people want to believe that he did something wrong because the public crying. See, I'd be scared. I wouldn't have came out and said nothing either. I would have tried to walk away because I don't want to be tarnished behind something that somebody lied on.
No, I don't want to be charged about it either. You know, I have that around in there. How would you feel if you go with the lie and let's say Von Ray get arrested, he go to jail, and you know you are part of the lie, reason why he's in there? That's on your conscience. I don't even want that on my conscience.
That's all I'm saying. That it is sad that if you got to stoop that low just to get a man off from around this woman, then what would you do to me? So yeah, I run from that situation. And Storm is a good man. I like his show. I like his show. I listen to everybody. I used to listen to Tasha, but then you didn't know that the woman that she interviewed about Deshaun Watson, she backed out that she wasn't getting a lawsuit because she was lying. And she backed out of that lawsuit. She was one of the ones that backed out of the lawsuit when he said, "Oh, okay, you want this money? Then you got to come and say your name. You got to identify yourself." And plenty of them women backed out because there was so many of them lying.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so very much, sir, for calling in.
Yes, sir. You have a good one.
Well, you too. Thank you so very much. All right, the phone lines is definitely. Thank you, brother. It's good to have brothers call in to show. Thank y'all so very much for y'all calling in. Yes, disconnect from there. Don't need that trouble. Well, I think you should seek business sponsors as for your channel's growth, not a mentor. You're different from the others, and maybe there's a business looking for a channel like yours. Good point. All right, good point. Thank y'all so very much for calling in and supporting the show. Make sure y'all comment. Make sure y'all subscribe. We're gonna go back live again tonight, so be on the lookout. Because I definitely want to talk about R. Kelly and all of that stuff. We didn't get a chance to talk about that, so we definitely will be diving into that way as well. So, yeah, he did sound cute. Did Tasha K? Okay, I'll read y'all comments. So I got to go to the app and see Tasha K content so I can come back and report to y'all. I know y'all want to hear about that. I think Tasha. Wiley ended the live. Yes, I'm in the live, brother Wiley. You're messy, but you have integrity. Yeah, I'm messy, but I have integrity. Yes, absolutely. Yes, I'm definitely going to do a review on there, and we will be back live. All right. Thank y'all so very much. Y'all have a blessing. We will see y'all in the next episode. Thank y'all. Peace.